swerving. How you look so perfect on your worst days.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I make a closure wig with this hair from Unice Hair. I'm going to be showing you guys from start to finish how I make a closure. So to begin, I'm just going to show you guys what I have in this bag. This is hair from Unice Hair from the Amazon store. This is the first for me from ordering from the Amazon store, so I'm glad to see how this hair is gonna turn out. And in the bag itself comes a pair of lashes that I'm definitely not going to use, so I'm gonna throw it in the trash, and 3 bundles on the closure. The bundles I believe are 18, 20, 22, and the closure is a 16-inch. So the first thing we're going to do to start off this process is to bleach the closure. So I have my bleach right here, and I'm going to be using 30 volume developer BDW. I'm sorry, BW2 bleach, and I'm just gonna have a little container and this foundation brush just to mix it all together. I'm taking about 1 cup of this bleach, and I'm going to be pouring in the developer. I'm eyeballing everything, so if you want a more detailed instructional video about like how to measure this, I have a video actually on my channel of how I bleach my frontal that is way more informative than this one is. So yeah, I'm just gonna be mixing this up together till I get the consistency that I want. Usually I like to get the consistency of toothpaste, not too thick, not too thin. You want something that's going to sit right on top of the frontal, not seep through it. So now that I have my mixture already, I'm just going to plant it all on the frontal. So after about 10 minutes, I'm going to rinse the bleach off the closure using some cold water. Then I'm going to wash it out completely with some purple shampoo. This one is from Shiny Silver. I'm not sure. I usually use Shimmer Lights, but I was out today, so this one will do. You can honestly use any purple shampoo. This is just to take out the brassiness that the bleach caused. Then after I'm done washing that closure out, I'm going to condition the hair with some regular conditioner, and the one I'm using is from Silicone Mix. So to begin making a wig, you're going to need a wig head, of course, a wig cap, specifically the mesh wig cap. Personally, this is my favorite because it gives me holes for my head to breathe. The spandex one is a little bit too tight on my head, but as I said, this is my personal favorite. As you guys could see, this is why I like it. It's very breathable and stretchy. You're going to need T-pins. You're also going to need some needle and thread. The more needles, the better because it goes a lot faster, guys. Trust me. Next, you're going to need clips, and then of course you're going to need the bundles and the closure. And I wanted to show you guys the closure. As you guys could see, all the knots lifted and it bleached beautifully. The closure looks really transparent, which is a really good thing. And next I'm going to be putting the wig cap on the wig head, and then I'm going to secure it in the back with 2 T-pins. When you're putting the wig cap on the wig head, you want to put it at an angle. You do not want to just put it right on top like this, which is absolutely wrong. You want to put it at an angle like this, because when you put the wig on your head, it's going to lay just like this picture right here, which is why we just start off by putting the wig cap in this position. So now I'm taking the closure and I'm going to position it right in front of the wig cap. I'm going to pull it about 1/2 inch down in front of the wig cap and then secure it in place. So guys, remember when I said that you're gonna need more than one needle? This is why. If you guys are used to like making wigs, you guys know that this goes a lot faster, because you don't have to keep stringing the same needle every time the thread is up. So right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 needles, and they're all strung pretty long. So this lasted me about, I want to say, through half the head of the wig. But to begin securing down the closure, I'm going to start by literally just inserting the needle through the cap and then through the lace, and then I'm just going to pull all the way through until I hit the knot that I created in the thread. So far so good, guys. So after this, you're going to do the same technique with the other side. I want to say about less than half an inch next to it. You're going to do the same technique. You're going to go through the cap and through the lace, but this time you're going to loop that thread only once around the needle, and then you're going to pull all the way through, and this is essentially going to create a little knot, and you're going to tighten this. So that's it, guys. I wish I could tell you that this was more complicated than it really is, but it is not. It is really easy to create a wig. It's basically like 3 steps. You go through the cap and then through the lace, and you want to loop it around the needle to tighten it and to create another knot, and you're going to keep creating these knots throughout the entire closure to give it a more secure feeling. I do it this way because I feel like it's more secure and it's really tight, so there's no chance stupid
I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
there's no chance of the closure ever lifting or anything ever getting loose. But keep in mind, I am not a licensed beautician. I don't have a certificate. I didn't go to beauty school. It's just how I do my wigs, and it hasn't failed me yet. None of my wigs are falling apart. They're all going pretty strong. I've been doing this technique for the past 3 years, and I just wanted to show you guys how I do it. So yeah, I'm going to continue the same technique throughout the entire closure, and then I'm going to move on to the bundles. To close out the closure, I'm just going to do the same technique that I've been talking about for the past like 2 minutes. I'm going to go through the cap and then through the lace, but this time I'm going to take the thread and wrap it around the needle twice to create a double knot, just something a little bit more secure and more sturdy so the end doesn't lift up. And then I'm going to pull and tighten that. Now we're going to just cut the thread, and we're going to knot this 3 more times, again for extra security and support. I didn't show it in the clip, but I did cut off that extra thread at the end to just leave the knot. And here we have it, guys. We are done with the closure. Do you see how professional and, might I say, good my stitching looks? I'm just really proud of myself, because when I first started out making wigs, boy, it was just a hot ass mess, but I've come a long way. But yeah, this is how your stitching should look. And now I'm gonna move on to doing the bundles. Alright, so I'm starting off by having already 2 T-pins already secured in the back so the wig cap doesn't move. Then I'm going to grab my first bundle and unravel it and just position the first track where I want it to be. Then I'm going to secure it with T-pins. Alright guys, bear with me here because I'm not the best at explaining certain things. I myself, I'm a visual learner, so this is going to be a little bit hard for me to explain. But once I have the track positioned and secured with the T-pins, I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to start out by going through the track and through the cap. So once that is in, I'm just going to pull and I'm going to wait until I hit the knot at the end of the thread. So after we've done that, we're going to go through the track again and through the cap again and secure it, and then we're going to loop the thread around the needle. I'm not sure if I went once or twice, but honestly it's your prerogative to go once or twice. It just depends on how much security you want. Then I'm going to pull again and tie in to make sure this is kind of secure. So sometimes when you thread the needle with a really long piece of thread, sometimes this happens right here. You get a little bubble, it's not as secure or tight. So when that happens, you just want to open up the thread and just open it and pull and tighten it, and that solves all your issues. So you guys can see we are good here. So moving on to securing the track again, you're going to go to the right hand side again through the lace, through the track and through the cap, and you're going to secure it, and then you're going to pull and then tighten. So this is how I secure the beginning of my track so it doesn't move and it doesn't lift. And then from here we're just going to start looping under and over the track. So my method might be a little bit crazy, but trust me, the track isn't going anywhere. As you guys could see, it is tight. It is tightly gripped onto that cap and it's not going anywhere. Okay, so that was basically the hardest part of the entire process, was securing the front of the track, like the very beginning of the track. After this, it's gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's super simple. You just go under the track through the cap and you loop it around like we've been doing this entire time. Super easy. Then you're gonna pull through and then you're gonna tie in to create that same knot. About every 3 or 4 knots, I like to double knot it to make sure that like the track is very secure. And to keep track of that, I like to do it on this little thick piece of fabric right here, as you guys are gonna see right now. Right here, to keep track, I like to just go through that piece and tighten it twice to create that double knot. And I just feel like this is going to keep the track honestly, I don't know what it fucking does, but it just makes me feel a lot better when I have when I double knot it on this piece. You guys could do this if you want or not. You could keep single knotting it. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference, but this is just what I do. So this is how the hair is looking so far. My stitches are about 1/2 inch apart from each other. You don't want to go more than 1 inch apart from each other, because the closer the stitches are, is the flatter and better the hair would lay. If they were a little bit wider, you would experience a lot of loose tracks in the back and a lot of clumping, and it's not going to lay as flat. It's not going to look as flat. So try to keep your stitches close. The closer it is, the flatter it is. So I like to keep it about 1/2 inch apart, like I said. So with this particular wig, I'm going to be cutting the tracks. Usually when I have more than 3 bundles, I like to double weft it and then do the fold over method. But because I only have 3 bundles and I wanted this wig to lay pretty flat, I'm going to be cutting the tracks, and I'm going to secure it at the end. Basically the same way that I started in the beginning. I'm going to go through the track and then through the cap, and I'm going to loop it around 1 or 2 times. This time I did it twice, and then I'm just going to knot that up and then continue the same thing on the left side. And I'm going to go back to the right side to secure it 1 more time, and then I'm going to knot this like I usually do. As you guys could see, my hand is literally shaking here. This is the hardest part about single wefting hair. Like the track is so flimsy and it's really hard to get the needle through it, but as you see, I got it through and finally. Like I mentioned before, I like to go after I'm done with the edge of the cap, I want to go back through it just a little bit further on the right, just to further secure the track on the cap. Then I'm going to double knot this, pull through, and I'm going to tie in, and then I'm going to knot this again 3 times. So there we have it, guys, our first of many tracks on this wig. So the next track I have in my hand, I'm just going to place it finger width apart. As you guys can see, I'm going to use my finger just to measure where I'm going to place the next track. This is just a guesstimate because when you have only 3 tracks and you're making a closure, there's a lot of extra space that could be on the top if you don't have enough bundles. So I do this just to make sure if I have extra bundles, I could always go back and include. I'd rather go back and add bundles and not have enough. So this way is just a nice way to estimate how much I'm going to use and to keep it balanced. So I'm going to show you guys once again how I secure the beginning of a single wefted track. This clip is a little bit sped up, but I'm going to zoom in so you guys could see exactly what I'm doing. So this is how it looks with the second track all sewed on. As you guys could see, this track is exactly a finger width apart from the last track, and I'm just going to keep continuing the same exact step till I get to the top of the wig head, where I'm going to just close out the closure a certain way. I'm going to show you guys that in the next clip, but until then, enjoy these clips of me for sewing in my wig. So I just finished up with the first bundle, and you guys could see it took me pretty far up through the wig cap. So these bundles are really thick. They're really thick and they're really full, and I'm really feeling this natural texture. But I just wanted to show you guys how the back of my wig is looking so far. As you could see the track, but you cannot see the actual wig cap, which is what we are going for. So yay me. Then now I'm just gonna finish. Actually, I'm gonna skip to the top of the wig head because this is a very repetitive process, and I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing this as much as I'm tired of looking at it. So we're just gonna skip to the top. So once you get this far up on the wig, you're going to see you have a little bit of space on both sides, on the side of the closure. So we're going to fill this space with a track, just a small track that's about the same size as the closure, and we're going to fill in this gap with that track. What this is going to do is that it's going to help the wig lay a lot flatter rather than having this bump at the edge of the closure. You're gonna have a flat surface. So that's what we're gonna do here. As you see, I'm measuring the closure around the track around the closure. Then I'm going to cut off the excess and then just sew that down. So once that part is done, I'm just going to pick it up and wrap it around with the closure just to keep it out of the way. Then I'm just going to fill in that last bit of space right here on top of the wig head with the last bundle, and then after that we're going to finish off our wig. So guys, we are finally on the last track. You don't know how satisfying this is to finish up a wig, especially when you gotta stand and do it all day. Respects to beauticians that do this all day, because I don't like, this is my favorite thing to do in the world. I hate standing to make a wig. I hate doing it, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So as you can see here, I'm just going to close up that gap with the last track, and then I'm going to show you guys how I cut off the excess cap under the lace closure. So the last thing I'm going to do is just take the wig off the wig head, and I'm going to flip it inside out, exposing the cap, and then I'm going to cut along these lines right here where it's not sewn down. Be careful not to get too close to where you did sew it down, because it can unravel and then all your hard work will go straight to the trash. So just be careful. I like to use some small scissors while doing this. Big scissors are not advisable because, you know, they're big, and you want to just take your time with this. I left this clip in real time so you can see how slow I'm going, and I'm cutting on one side and I'm flipping it over to the other side, and then I'm going to cut that side just to see how even I'm being. And then that's basically all I do until I get around to the other side, and then you have made your wig. After you're done cutting, this is how it should look, nice and clean to expose the lace. And basically after that, you are done. I'm gonna include some clips of myself curling and customizing their hair, but that's going to be a whole different video, so just stay tuned for that. And you guys, we are done making our wig. Again, this hair is from Unice Hair. This is their natural wave texture. I believe this is Brazilian natural wave, and it's extremely full. The bundles come extremely thick. The hair didn't shed even though I cut the wefts, but let's see. I'm gonna have a final review on this hair in the next month. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye. So I recorded this part on my phone mainly because I just didn't want to break out my camera and all my equipment. It was just so tiresome, so I just busted my phone. I propped it up on like a makeshift stand, and I just started recording myself. But yeah, I'm gonna be plucking the wig just a little bit. I'm gonna be plucking the front and the side. I think I want to wear this hair on a side part. I already have it set up as a side part, but as you can see, this natural pattern, the natural wave pattern, is so pretty. I was gonna leave it like this, but then I decided to change it up and give myself some wand curls. So in the next clip, you're gonna see myself curling the wig, and you're also gonna see my face in disbelief, because when I was making the wig, this hair was kind of crusty. It was really dry, but I left it in some conditioner for about half an hour, and then that did the absolute trick, because this hair is so shiny and it's so soft now. As you guys can see, these curls are really bouncy, and they're so lustrous, like they're so pretty. And you can see my face in disbelief, because Amazon really isn't a spot for like some virgin hair. So I was actually shocked that this hair was actually really good A1 quality. So don't forget to check out Unice Hair. I'm gonna leave all the descriptions and details in my description box below. Make sure to check them out, and you guys can just watch me curl the rest of my hair and literally see the disbelief in my face. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.